Namaste. My name is Susan, and thank you so much for joining me today. I will be leading you through a Vata balancing Vinyasa sequence. So, Vata is one of the three doshas in Ayurveda. So, Vata is actually the elements of ether, which is space or the container, and air. So in this sequence, we'll be working on grounding and building heat. So when you're ready, please go ahead and find anything that you might need. So I have a blanket. I'm sitting on a block and I have another block. I have a few different size bolsters behind me. And I also have a strap. If there's anything that you need, pillows, cushions, towels, anything that will make this practice more accessible, please feel free. And again, listening to your own body, you can make this as challenging and as heat producing as you want, or you can also back off and make this as gentle and rejuvenating as you'd like. So that is just my message to you, remembering to honor your personal journey today on your mat. So when you are ready, we will make our way onto our mat. So just a little further explanation on Vata. So Vata actually resides in the pelvis. This is where the energy of Vata is in all of our bodies, whether that's your predominant dosha or not. So we'll be focusing a lot on the hips as well. So speaking of, we're going to make our way onto our back. Feel free to have any support under you as you would need. So we'll gently make our way all the way on to our back, coming into in yin or restorative, we call this lying butterfly. In Vinyasa, we'll call it reclined bound angle or Supta Baddha Konasana. So bringing soles of feet together, knees go wide. If you'd like to place support underneath of the knees, maybe some cushions, blocks, feel free to take this as supported as you like. And then we're going to play around with the yoni mudra. So I'll just show you real quick. It's basically the fingers come together and the tips of the thumbs come together in this downward triangle energy. So we'll place the heels of our palms on those hip points, the front of our hip bones. The thumbs will come together, and then the pointer fingers will come together as well. So really focusing on this downward energy, this grounding, rooting, everything we want to invite in. And just begin to take a few breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing yourself to arrive on your mat. Feeling supported. Feeling the connections of your body on the earth. And bringing our awareness to the space underneath of our palms. To our root chakra at the base of our spine and our sacral chakra. And our sacral center. And we'll just take a few more grounding breaths here. And let's take one final inhale, inhaling through the nose. And then open our mouth, let it go through the... Let's actually do that one more time. Inhale, collecting the breath through the nose. Open the mouth, let it all go. If you'd like to do that even one more time, feel free. And as you're ready, release our mudra. Maybe allowing our palms to rest next to us gently. Finding stillness or inviting in some movement. Gently bringing your knees together. And then hugging those knees in, giving yourself a big hug. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Giving the low back a massage. And begin to rock forward and backward. And so we get enough momentum to find a seat and then transition, finding our downward facing dog. So a lot of options here. We have about 5, 6, 7 breaths. So if you like to make a stop at tabletop, take some rounds of cow cats, so wiggling side to side or making circles with the hips or the shoulders or extending one leg, stretching out that calf and Achilles. And just finding any movement, a few more breaths. And if you want to go straight to downward facing dog, feel free. Maybe inviting in some movement here. Lifting one leg, opening the hip, taking some hip, knee, ankle circles. And just breathing. Breathing on your mat, breathing into. And then as you're ready, I'll make our way into our first downward facing dog. And just settling into stillness, allowing the palms to ground. They spread wide on the mat. Shrugging the shoulders and then releasing them away from the ears, letting the head hang heavy. Maybe softening the knees, tilting the tailbone a little bit more. And either keeping the knees soft or straightening the legs as we're keeping that slight tilt of the pelvis. Maybe heels reach towards the back. Take a few more breaths here. Maybe begin to tap into that Ujjayi pranayama. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling that audible sound through the nose as the breath swirls through the back of the throat. Let's take one more inhale here. And one more exhale. Inhale, we'll lift the heels, bend the knees, looking forward, walking the feet towards the top of the mat. Feet, hips distance apart or wider. Inhale, palms, press the shins or thighs away, lengthen. And then exhale, folding forward. Hands can stay where they are. We could take a bind here in ragdoll. Letting the upper body sway left and right here. Nodding the head, yes, we'll go. Maybe switching the grip. Maybe bending one knee at a time, a little deeper. One more inhale. And on the exhale, releasing our fingertips, bend deeper into the knees, engage the glutes, and slowly being mindful of the spine, rolling up to standing, taking our time. And the head is the last to arrive. And then taking our shoulders forward, up, down, and back, and making our way into our Tadasana mountain pose, letting the tailbone lengthen towards the earth. Taking a few moments here, just really connecting, maybe closing your eyes. And focusing on our bandhas, so lifting our pelvic floor, engaging the glutes if you'd like as well. Mula bandha is engaged, lifting. And then pressing the belly button in towards the spine and then up towards the heart, engaging Uddiyana bandha, our core lock. Feeling our feet on the earth. Feeling this grounding downward energy of Apana. And a few more breaths here. We're strong, we're steady, like a sacred old tree. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, open the mouth, let it go. And as you're ready, if you're not already there, let's step to the top of our mat. Coming into our Tadasana. And we'll flow through a few sun salutations. So inhale, sweep the palms to touch. On the exhale, we'll soften and fold forward. On the inhales, just step that right foot to the back of the mat, finding a runner's lunge. Now, this is a great place to take blocks on either side of that left foot, or fingertips root in, palms lift, your choice. On the inhale, heart shines forward, lengthening, pressing through that right heel. On the exhale, rounding towards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to round. Let's do one more. Inhale, lengthening. This time on the exhale, removing the blocks if we have, plant the palms, step that left foot back, lift the hips, exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, shifting forward like a wave in the ocean, movement stems from the core, high plank. Pause. On the exhale, lift the hips up and back down, facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, flow forward. Pause for a breath. Exhale, downward dog. Let's do one more. Inhale, flow forward like that wave. On the exhale, lowering the knees and moving through Chaturanga all the way to the earth. On the inhale, lifting the head and heart, rolling shoulder blades together, elbows hug the rib cage. Low cobra, exhale to lower. Two more times. Inhale, lift, pressing the tops of feet in to the earth. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Lift it up and back. Downward facing dog. On the inhale, step that right foot forward this time. And once again, maybe finding our blocks, maybe not. Inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time, removing the blocks. Exhale, step that left foot forward and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, palms to the heart. All right, other side. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. This time on the inhale, step that left foot back. And this time we'll gently lower onto that left knee. Now, again, your choice. Hands can stay here. Maybe hands come to those blocks again. And maybe hands walk up that right thigh. Breathe here for 4 more breaths. Take one more inhale. Exhale, shifting blocks off if we have them. Plant the palms, tuck those back toes, lift the knee. Exhale it back to downward dog. Inhale forward. Find that high plank. Now, your choice. Knees can be lifted or lowered. Then you can go all the way through to the earth again, or this time maybe hovering in chaturanga. Inhale, you can find low cobra or upward facing dog, just palms and tops of feet on the earth if you're ready, or if that's in your practice today. On the exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, step that left foot forward. Gently lower onto that right knee. Stay, find your blocks, or walk up that left thigh. And we'll breathe here. All right, as you're ready, blocks off to the side. Tuck those back toes. And then as you're ready, step that right foot forward and fold. Exhale. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, palms to the heart. Awesome. Okay, so anything going on in the low back, keep the feet parallel a couple inches. Otherwise, big toes kiss, heels about an inch apart. Take a seat on the inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. So spine is long, our bandhas are engaged, right? I'm sitting deep here, breathing, shoulders relaxed. Remember that pelvic floor, remember our core, remember our breath. 3 more breaths here. Let's take 1 more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms can come to thighs, shins, or fingertips to the earth or a block. Ardha Uttanasana. On the exhale, plant the palms, step it back. Your choice. You can go through chaturanga or skip the vinyasa and always go straight to downward facing dog. The chaturangas are optional. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward. On the inhale, we'll send that right leg to the sky and just carefully bend that knee, open the hip. Take a breath here. Find movement if you'd like. Next inhale, we'll straighten that leg. Exhale, help it through. Take that right foot to the top right corner of the mat. Root in that left heel 45 degrees. Rise on train tracks. Warrior 1. So our feet are in 2 separate planes of energy, 2 different lines on train tracks. Pulling that right hip back. Our hips are shining forward like headlights on the car. We're breathing here. Just checking in. Let's take 1 more inhale. On the exhale, we'll take a bind. So you have the option to have your strap. And take your hands to a strap. As wide as you'd like, as close as you'd like. Option 2, opposite hand to opposite elbow, that right elbow on top. Option 3, interlacing the fingers with that right thumb on top. Inhale, open the heart. On the exhale, humble warrior. Keeping that right hip hugged in as we press through that back foot. Right shoulder can hover above that knee, rest on the knee, or find the inside of the knee. We'll breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Next inhale, we rise back up to strong legs. On the exhale, palms find the earth, your choice. Step it back, high plank, chaturanga, or downward facing dog. All right. Inhale that left leg to the sky. Find that open hip for a breath. Next inhale, square off the hips, straight leg. Exhale, left foot forward, top left corner, root rise, warrior one. For me, one side is so drastically different than the other. So just check out your alignment, find your train tracks. Check in with those bandhas. 3 more breaths. Take one more inhale. Exhale to our bind. So remember, strap, opposite hand to opposite elbow, this time with left elbow on top, or hands interlace, left thumb on top, so the opposite way. Inhale to open. Exhale, humble warrior. 3 breaths here. Trying to keep hugging that left hip into the midline, so not letting it stick out or pop out to the left side. Let's take one more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale, we rise back up. Exhale, your choice. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. All right. So we'll flow a little smoother through that 2 more times. As you're ready, inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, help it through. Inhale, root, rise, warrior one. Exhale to our bind. Inhale, open. Exhale, humble warrior. Couple breaths here. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg. Exhale it through. Inhale, root rise on our train tracks. Exhale to our bind the opposite way. Inhale, open. Exhale, humble warrior. Breathing in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, vinyasa or not, to downward facing dog. Now meeting our downward dog just briefly. Taking a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. All right, one more each side, final time. Inhale that right leg. Exhale it through. Inhale. Exhale, bind on the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chaturanga or downward dog. Final side. Inhale, left leg. Exhale it through. Inhale. Exhale, opposite bind. Inhale, open. Exhale, couple breaths in our humble warrior. Bowing down, honoring ourselves, this journey, our practice. Inhale, we rise. Warrior one. Exhale, take what you need to downward facing dog. Yes, let's take a big breath in. Side out the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Once again, bring those big toes to kiss, heels slightly apart, or keep the feet parallel. Take a seat. Inhale, Utkatasana. Bandha's locked. Breathing here. Three more breaths, sitting deep, glutes engaged. For 2. One more inhale. Exhale, stand. Finding our Tadasana. Great job. Okay. Separate the feet. Inhale, sweep palms to touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, just step it back to tabletop. Or downward dog, and then lowering the knees too. So setting up for some core cultivations. Building that heat for our Vata. Vata's a lot about cold energy, so we're building heat, right? We don't necessarily need it to be super hot, but we want to build some heat. So, all right, we're going to come into our forearm line. So gently lower onto the forearms, measuring the distance of the elbows. We want to keep those elbows in nice and tight. So underneath of the shoulders, and then interlacing the fingertips, pinky side down. We don't want the elbows to splay out too wide, because then we collapse into our shoulders and cervical spine, and then causing a little bit too much pressure there. So remember, measure the distance to keep them in there. If you need to, take a block, and then take a block in between the elbows and focus on squeezing those elbows together, right? Palms can actually, if you have a block, palms can just stay parallel to elbows. It's a little hard to grab it there, but up to you. So either pinkies, fingers interlaced, pinky side down, or palms in line with elbows. And then we're going to step it back. So we don't want to let our pelvis sink, and we don't necessarily want to be here. So we want to try to get our feet in line, so our pelvis is in line with the rest of our body. And if we need to drop our knees, we can. This is a beautiful place to be, but we're focusing still on this core work and the proper engagement and alignment. So your choice, knees grounded or knees lifted. And I'm still working on building my strength after having my baby. So my knees are grounded today. So we have about 5 more breaths. Really pressing the earth away, not collapsing into the shoulders. For 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's go ahead and just press back up to our hands and knees. Take the knees wide, toes touch. Let's just let those shoulders rest in a child's pose. If you want to take a twisted child's pose here, releasing the shoulder, you can. If you want to keep the knees together, reach the arms back towards the feet. If you want to just take some cow pats, whatever feels good. And then we'll make our way to downward facing dog on the next exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale. We're going to step or float to seated. Root the heels in, toes lift. Inhale. Exhale, make our way onto our back. A little bit of core work here. And then coming, giving ourselves a big hug. Make sure I have enough room. So playing with core cultivation, of course, some core work called dead bug pose. So coming into basically an upside down tabletop here. So palms over shoulders, knees over hips, making sure that our knees aren't a little bit forward. We really want to already start to feel this engagement. So we want the knees directly over hips. So if you don't feel anything, take the knees about 2 more inches towards your feet, towards the end of the mat, right? And you'll be like, whoo. So if you feel this, you can just stay here, especially if you have anything going on in your low back. Just practice just breathing here. This is a lot. Otherwise, we'll move into dead bug and moving really slowly. So right leg extends, hovering, left arm extends back, hovering, slowly come back, and then switching. Whew, it's a lot. It might not look like it if you're just watching it, but if you're doing it. All right, let's do 4 more each side. Breathing. Very 3. Very 2. All right, 1 more each side. All right, give yourself a big hug. It feels good and you need a little break. You can take a left twist here. Or just stay in Vinyasa and pressure pose, giving yourself a hug. Or if a happy baby feels good. All right, now moving into a modification of water wheel. So palms will be either under the hips, face down, or next to hips. We'll send the feet to the sky, stacking our ankles over our hips, and then activating the feet, either pressing the heels to the sky if that feels better, or doing what I like to call the Barbie foot, where you press the tops of feet or the balls of the feet to the sky and spreading the toes. So on the inhale, we'll just take a big breath in, exhale, let it go. All right, so for this direction, we're going to bring the knees into chest, extend the legs forward to hover, feet to the sky. It's 1 round. Knees in, extend forward to hover, feet to the sky. Good job. 3 more. Knees in, extend to the sky. Knees in, extend to the sky. Let's do 1 more this direction. Knees in, extend to the sky. And then just pause with the knees in. So switching directions. This time, we stack the ankles over the hips. We lower those straight legs to hover, and then bend the knees. Again, feet to the sky, lower to hover, knees in. Let's do that again. And lower, knees in. All right, 2 more. To the sky. Keep breathing, lower to hover, knees in. 1 more. To the sky, lower, knees in. Give yourself a big hug. Great job. You rock side to side, massage that low back. You can take a happy baby, play around here, rocking side to side. You can take that twist if that feels good. Then when you're ready, we'll begin to rock and roll. Full length of the spine. Making our way up to seated. If you're practicing jump backs and you need that extra heat, feel free to float through your vinyasa. For me, like I said, I'm just just coming back to my practice after having a baby. So I'm not just, it's been quite a few months, but it's slow and steady. So I'm just taking my time. Take an inhale, exhale through a vinyasa. And wherever we are in low cobra or upward facing dog, let's just spend extra breath, stretching out all that core work, the front, anterior chain of the body. Maybe wriggling in the head if that feels good. 1 more inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. And knowing that child's pose is always welcome anytime. And then once again, we're going to make our way onto our back. So inhale, lift the heels, step or flip through to seated, or just find tabletop and just take a seat. So this is a great place to have a strap, a towel, something we can wrap around our feet. Hopefully I can show you both directions without my props getting in the way. But once again, we'll do a little more core work here, making our way onto our back and hugging in our knees. I think I'm still in the video. I think you can still see. So for this side, we're going to take our strap. If you also have it in your practice, and you could take your peace finger to that right big toe and keep that engagement, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to use our strap, wrap it around the sole of that right foot. Take both ends of the strap in that right hand. Left knee is bent, left foot on the earth. And then we'll just let our left palm just kind of come to that left hip. We can stay here or we can extend that left leg. And we'll breathe here. And again, if you have peace fingers on that right big toe, feel free. Very 3, 2, and on the exhale, we're going to let that right leg open to the right. Left hand grounds that left hip so it doesn't roll off the earth. We're grounded. Maybe we turn our head over that left shoulder. If we feel grounded enough, maybe we extend that left arm in line with our gaze. Cover my breath here. Next inhale, we'll come back to center. And we're switching hands. Left hand grabs that strap. Right arm either in line with the hip or in line with the shoulder. We're going to let it cross the body. Now, 2 options. Option 1, that right hip stays grounded and we just kind of let the leg cross the body, feeling a nice IT band stretch. Or if you want more of the twist, letting that right leg go all the way. Your choice. And breathing here. Next inhale, we'll carefully come back. Now both hands grab the strap, one on each hand. So if you can lift that head, flexing both feet, maybe bringing the nose towards the knee towards the nose. For 2. 1. We'll carefully release, hug the knees in, and prepare for the other side. I think I have enough space. All right. Strap around the sole of that left foot, right foot to the earth. Both hands. Both ends of the strap in that left hand. Right hand grounds. Stay here. Extend the leg. One more inhale. Exhale, we open. Again, one side might feel a little different. Hand can stay grounded on the right. Extend out. Hand turns. Next inhale, we'll come back. So switching hands, grabbing the strap. If we had the peace finger at the big toe, we take our right hand to the pinky toe side of that left foot as we switch. And again, left hand can be by the hip or out in line with the shoulder. Leg can just gently cross or go all the way. Right. And as you're ready, next inhale, we'll come back up. Take both ends of the strap in each hand, or one end of the strap in each hand, or grabbing the foot with both hands. Nose to knee to nose. Flexing the feet. Here, 2. Carefully release. Hugging the knees in. Give yourself a hug. That's awesome.
Setup mode is off. Just a moment while this device reconnects.
Excuse me. Technology. And then as you're ready, taking anything that you need here, we're going to make our way onto our sitting bones or through our vinyasa. So begin to rock and roll. You want to float back through your vinyasa. Otherwise, we find a seat, strap off to the side, shifting forward. You can go through a vinyasa or just make your way to downward facing dog. Finding our downward facing dog, take a big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. And as you're ready, take one final inhale. And on the exhale, once again, finding our tabletop. This time, we're going to shift into a forearm side plank. So, I'm going to switch so you can see me. So, starting with our right side. Well, actually, it doesn't matter, but we'll start with our right side. We're going to roll to our right side, and then we're going to stack our right elbow underneath of our right shoulder, and then our palm is in line with our elbow, legs extended. Now, we have 2 options. Option 1, that top knee can be bent, left hand at hip as we press up here. Otherwise, feet can be stacked, breathing here. So wherever we are, find our alignment. Let's find the earth. Let's ground. Take an inhale. Next exhale, we lift up. Here we go. Breathing here for 5. You got it. For 4. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully lower down. Let's just roll to the other side. So elbow, shoulder stacked, palm in line with elbow, legs extended. Maybe that knee is bent, top knee. Here we go. Breathing. For 5. Arm up overhead. 3. For 2. And 1. Carefully lower. Extend the legs. Onto the belly. If you really, really want to, you can tuck the toes and then press up to a chaturanga. I've lost so much strength from having my baby. I don't know if I can even do it right now, but you press up to chaturanga. That was a fun little experiment there. Otherwise, you can just stay grounded and inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, make your way to downward facing. And as you're ready, I'm just gonna switch directions so you all can see me. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Next inhale, send that right leg to the sky. Exhale, this time, help it through to that top center of the mat as we dial it open to warrior 2. Right? So now we're on that tightrope. That right knee's tracking out to the pinky toe side. We're active in that back leg. Shoulders are stacked over hips and they're both open. We're breathing. Through 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reverse or warrior. And then exhale, making our way to our side angle. So this is a great place to have a block. You can keep that forearm at the right thigh. Bring that top arm overhead, bring that bicep close to the ear, and that long line of energy all the way up that left side of the body and up and out through those left fingertips. If you want to take a half bind, you can. If you have a full bind, feel free. If you want to take that bottom hand to a block, the earth. This is one of the most challenging poses for me. Breathing here. There too. That top arm pulls us back up. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and straighten that leg on track. If you'd like to bring that left hip in a little closer to the right foot, we're going to hinge that hip back a little bit as we reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. That palm can find the right shin, ankle, maybe a block. Eyes can look up or down. I have a neck injury, so for me, it feels better to look down. Right foot. Feels good to look up to the sky. Feel free. Honor your journey. For three. Two. And when that top arm pulls us back up. Warrior two. Now, shifting into balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So this is a great place to have a block in that right hand. Okay. So if you don't have a block, just root the fingertips in, lifting the palms. So we'll take that right hand or the block about a foot, 2 feet in front of that right foot, lifting that left leg, and then stacking that left hip open over the right, flexing those left toes. Maybe we just stay here with that left hand at the hip. Finding those bandhas locked. Maybe left arm reaches to the sky. Maybe we look to the sky. I'm still, again, coming back to my practice. So for me, this is where I'll stay. If you have a sugar cane bind here, and you want to bend that top knee and open here, feel free. For three. Active in the legs. Ground and energy for two. One more inhale. On the exhale, we'll carry and back. Bringing the heels in, toes out, coming into a high malasana. So adjusting the feet if you need to, toe heel. We want to bend and we want to try to get the knees over the ankles and then toes and knees tracking in the same direction. Shift the shoulders back in line with the pelvis. So the shoulders and hips are stacked. We're going to breathe here. Hands can come to heart center here, or we can come to cactus arms. And we'll breathe. If you want to add some gentle pulsing, or just find stillness. If you need the hands up the thighs, feel free. Honor your gentle. For three. Two. Woo, keep breathing. Here with you. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Ah, shake it out. All right. As you're ready this time, we're going to toe heel the toes in. So heels go out this time. And the toes turn in. So we're pigeon toed. And this is actually, no, not for this variation. So hands will come to hips for this variation. On the inhale, let's roll the shoulder blades together. Lift through the head and heart. Inhale. Exhale, we'll fold into Prasarita. So palms can come to the earth or blocks underneath of the shoulders, right? Maybe they walk back in line with the feet. Maybe you bind with the outside edges of the feet or peace fingers on the big toes. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold it a little bit deeper. Very three. For two. And one. Carefully release any binds. Stay with me. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Bend the knees, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, rise up, engaging. Exhale, turn those right toes forward. We'll cartwheel our palms, finding a runner's lunge here. I'm just kind of settling in. And then taking both hands to the inside of that right foot. We're going to walk all the way back to the back of the mat, turning those left toes out, bending into that left knee, Skandasana, so side lunge here. Just kind of feeling that. So this might not feel that very good to you, so maybe we stay up here, maybe hands on the earth. Maybe we lower, but we don't want to lift those right toes. Maybe we can lower those right toes or lift those right toes. Hands can come to heart center. And we'll gently walk all the way back to the right, bending into the right knee, taking whatever feels good. And we'll do this one more time each side, walking all the way back to the left. And final time, walking all the way back to the right. And then just turning, once again, finding that runner's lunge and gently just lowering onto that knee. And once again, taking both hands to the inside of that right foot, coming into a lizard pose. So we can take a grounded lizard here, making sure we have a block if you'd like. Block can be on the highest side, medium, or small side. Hands can come to the block of the earth, or forearms can come to a block of the earth. Now we can stay here in a grounded lizard with that back knee on the earth, or we can tuck those back toes and lift that knee. Your choice. Breathing here. For three, two, and one. Carefully walking back up onto the palms. Walk off to the side. Your choice as we step it back. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or downward facing dog. And then as you're ready, take a big breath in. Open the mouth, cleansing breath out. All right. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Now listening, inhale, toe heel the feet a little bit wider than hips distance, maybe as wide as the mat. Exhale, take a seat into low malasana squat. So a lot of options here. Option one, if malasana is something you're working on, maybe we just take a seat on the mat and just take the feet wide. And we're just here, seated, working on the hip opener, just breathing here. Maybe we take it supported with our hips lifted and placed on a block. Maybe we're here in our low malasana, our garland pose. Maybe we take our low malasana unsupported, working on this rooting downward energy. Toes are slightly pointed out. Maybe bringing our awareness to our bandhas, see if we can lift that pelvic floor, lengthening the spine. For three, two, Great job, everyone. Let's go ahead and remove any blocks. And then making our way through a vinyasa, or just finding our downward dog. Let's take a big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. This time, inhale that left leg. Exhale, help it through. Find that tightrope. Dial it open to our warrior two. Breathing here. For 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, reverse our warrior. Exhale, finding our side angle. Taking what we took, variation on the right, taking the same thing on the left. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, bring it back up. Warrior two. Exhale, straighten it up. Trikonasana. Bring that back foot in if you need to. Block if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take one more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale pulls us back up. Warrior two. Exhale, let's shift into our balancing half moon. So I'm just making space. So left hand or block in left hand, foot and a half in front of that left pinky toe. Stacking the hips, right foot flexed. Maybe opening the right arm, keeping it on the hip. Maybe eyesight follows. Maybe our sugar cane vine. For me, this side's have a little more balance here. A little more stability, a little more stable. You might find that one side feels the same way to you. One side's a little more stable. Grounding through that left leg for 2. No more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and gently step back, finding our high malasana once again. So toes out, heels in, getting right to it this time, leaning back. Hands at heart center or cactus goddess arms. Find stillness, pulse. Maybe this time we play around with lifting one heel at a time or lifting both heels, adding a pulse, or just lifting both heels and staying still. For 5. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, lowering the heels. Inhale, rise. Ah. Ah. Okay, turn those toes in, heels out. And this time, grab our strap if you'd like. So once again, using that strap, say goodbye with the hands. It can be this wide, can be close, or opposite hand, opposite elbow, or interlacing the fingers. So different variation of prasarita. If anything's going on with the shoulders and you don't want to take a bind with the arms, you can take the same variation we did on the right. So taking your bind, inhale, opening, exhale, bowing into the prasarita. For 3. For 2. One more inhale. Exhale, release the bind, release the strap. Stay with me. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips, soften the knees, squeeze the glutes, rise. Inhale. Exhale, turn those left toes forward, cartwheel the palms, find our runner's lunge. Both hands to the inside, just gently walk all the way back to the right. Skandasana twice, finding how high or low you want to go, what feels good to you. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. And then walking back to the front of the mat, finding our runner's lunge. Gently lowering onto that back knee. Both hands to the inside again. Grounded lizard, or lifting that back leg. Again, remember, block underneath the hands or the forearms. Great job. Breathing here. For 2. And go ahead. Let your leg out. And your choice. Stepping it back. High plank, vinyasa or not, to downward facing dog. And take an inhale. Exhale. And then just shift forward like a wave in the ocean. Planting through the right palm, rolling onto our right side for full Vashisthasana side plank. I meant to do this before we did our left side, but that's okay. So coming to our high plank, rolling to our right side. Now we have a lot of options. Option 1, bottom knee drops. Option 2, top knee bends. Option 3, feet are stacked. Any other variation here of a tree or a bind, big peace fingers at the big toe. For 3, 2, and 1, just finding a high push up, pressing it back, child's pose. Let's release before switching to the other side. I'm just switching directions on the mat so you can see me. At least see my face, I should say. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, shift it back to tabletop. Exhale, plant that left palm, roll to the left side, taking your variation. For 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Go ahead and make our way. Your choice. You can take tabletop, some cow cats here, press back to child's pose, go straight to downward facing dog, or move through a vinyasa. Lots of options. Finding stillness or movement and meeting in our downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Cleansing breath out. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, toe, heel, feet wide. And then we're going to take a seat. So we have a few options here. So as we make our way into a second low malasana squat, maybe we took it supported the first time, maybe this time we play around with unsupported, or we can take it supported again. If you're feeling like me, a little depleted, like just tapping into that grounding, rooting, apana energy, you can stay here in Malasana squat, low malasana. Otherwise, if you have a little more energy and you want to play with an arm balance, we can play around with Bhuja Pidasana. So basically, we want to take our feet as wide as the mat, maybe even wider. And then this is a great place for blocks. So I'm going to show you with blocks. You don't have to use the blocks. So the blocks will come about a few inches behind the heels and a few inches in between the heels. If you're not using the blocks, that's also where your hands will go. So first play around with in the webbing in between the thumb and the pointer finger around the heels, kind of shimmying the shoulders in between the legs. And maybe we just stay here, right? Maybe we play around. Remember, the fingers are pointed in the same direction as the toes. Maybe we play around with just bringing the hands to the box. Maybe we begin to bend the elbows, creating a shelf with the upper arms, placing the thighs there. We have anything going on with the wrists, this is a lot, so maybe this isn't in our journey today. Maybe we play around with lifting the heels one at a time, maybe lifting the toes one at a time. Maybe we can begin to walk the toes towards each other. Maybe we can lift the toes or cross the ankles for Bhuja Pidasana. So just playing around, a few more breaths and whatever you want to play with. If you're like, no, thank you, or you're done with your low malasana squat, or you're done with your Bhuja Pidasana, go ahead and just find a child. Maybe rolling out the wrists. And then as you're ready, no right or wrong. However you would like to get there, we'll make our way to downward facing dog through a vinyasa. Taking a big breath in, open the mouth, cleansing breath out. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Awesome, great job. So coming into some standing balance, if you would like to grab a drink or anything that you might need, we're gonna make our way. It's a great place for strap if you'd like to play with a straight leg variation. Find the most grounded, stable spot on your mat or on the earth or floor next to your mat. We're going to start with that left foot grounded first. So lift and spread, plant through that foot, and then we'll hug in that right. So basically, we're going to be playing around with what we did on our back, standing. So you can just stay here, hugging in that right. If you have in your practice and you want to play extending the leg, we have the strap. And extend the leg, breathing here. Right. If you have in your practice, peace fingers at the big toe, extending. I'd rather see a bent knee with a long spine than a straight leg and a hunched over spine. Honestly, if we're still working on this, hand to knee is a beautiful place. So I'm going to show with the strap and the knee. So breathing here, left hand to hip, right hand to knee. For 3, or strap around that right foot. For 3, 2, and 1. Take an inhale, exhale, we open. Left hand can stay at the hip, or reach out to the side. Maybe gaze follows. And also look like this with it. 3, 2, And we'll come back to center, wherever we are. If we have the strap or the toe, just release it. If we have the knee, extend the leg. Inhale the arm. Exhale, let it go. Woo, shaking it out. And let's do the same thing the other side. So plant through that right foot. Hugging in that left. Or peace fingers at that left big toe. Or strap on that left foot. Right hand. Breathing here. For 3. Eyesight set in the spot, not moving. 2. One more inhale. On the exhale, we open. Next inhale, we come back. Exhale, release the strap. Extending the leg if we had the knee. Inhale the arms. Exhale, land. Good job. All right, feet hips distance apart at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Padagustasana. Peace fingers wrap around the big toes. Elbows go wide. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Nod the head, yes or no. Breathing here. For 3. 2. And 1. Release the bind. Bend the knees. Slowly roll up to standing. All right, second, balance. I like to call it a standing figure 4 or one-legged chair. So once again, left foot plants. We're gonna soften that knee, cross that right ankle over. Okay. Hands come to heart center. Now we can be here, just bending a little bit. Or we can come all the way down, bringing the elbows to that right shin. If you have in your practice where you're playing with flying pigeon, you can plant the palms, creating that shelf with that forearm, and playing around with extending that left leg. That pose has left my arsenal since having a baby, but it'll come back. It's a practice. We're just having fun on our mat. So there's no right or wrong. There's no better pose or worse pose. There's just, what do you need right now? What is in your journey? What does your body need? What does your heart need? Soul, mind, spirit. One more inhale. And exhale, carefully just shake it out. And we'll do the same thing the other side. Bend through that right foot, soften across that left ankle over. Little bend, more bend, all the way. Taking a seat. And again, planting the palms, shift into Kalavasana. Flying pigeon, arm balance. And slowly building my strength, my balance in my hips. Everything is a journey. Practice being kind to ourselves, just showing up. Just showing up. You won, right? Just showing up. Surprise. For 3, 2, and 1. Carefully release. Top of the mat, feet hips distance apart. Inhale, sweep. This time, exhale, fold into gorilla pose. So bending the knees, get the palms face up underneath the soles of the feet. Toes tickling the wrists. It's a great massage. If you have any wrist pain, you can just take Padagustasana again. Otherwise, we're here in Padahastasana. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. For 3. 2. And 1. Carefully release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your choice. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float through to seated or just tabletop and take a seat. Grab a block, make our way onto our back for back bends. Coming into a bridge or wheel. Take two, your choice. So take a supported bridge, block underneath of the sacrum. Breathing here, you can take this for both poses, just extra long supported bridge, especially if you need a little more grounding energy. Otherwise, we can take two active poses, two bridges, maybe a bridge and a wheel. So for bridge, palms face down, press into the earth with the heels, lifting hips. Stay here for bridge, walking hands together for a bridge. And if you'd like to take a support bridge, and I would. 5 breaths here. And then carefully making your way, lowering down. And bring the feet as wide as the mat, knees come together to kiss. And just one hand at belly, one hand heart. And feel free to stay here. If you're like, that's good enough for me, no more back bends. Otherwise, take a second bridge, supported, proper round, or feet under ankles, coming in, palms wide next to the ears, coming into a wheel. Let me come out, tucking the chin to chest. So 5 breaths, I will be taking another supported bridge. So 5 breaths, bridge, wheel, and just reconnecting to yourself on the earth. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, carefully coming out. Removing any blocks, hugging the knees in. Rocking side to side. Rocking and rolling. To seated. And then your choice, making your way through a vinyasa. Just a downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in and big breath out. Now coming into our one-legged pigeon, we can do that traditionally, kind of on our belly, on the anterior side of our body, or if you have anything going on with the hips, knees, ankles, low back, you can also take it supine, which is lying on our back, just like our figure 4 stance. So for the right side, palms would interlace behind that left thigh, right knee goes wide, feet flex. We can breathe here. Otherwise, from our downward facing dog, inhaling that right leg to the sky, exhale, helping it through, right ankle towards that left palm, right knee towards that right. We can stay here upright. Maybe we had a block underneath of that hip or a blanket. If we'd like to lower down, we can bring our forearms to the earth or a block, chin and chest to the earth or a block. We're going to breathe here for 8 breaths. And take a couple more breaths here. And as you're ready, making our way back up, finding our proud pigeon. And carefully, just stepping it back. If we're on our back, we'll just stay here and switch sides. So then this time, left ankle across, and we'll breathe here. If we're in pigeon, we'll tuck the toes, send that right leg to the sky, finding some movement. Lowering that leg when you're ready, and then inhaling that left leg, and then taking it through to the other side. And for me, one side's so different. This side I kind of have to roll into. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is completely symmetrical. It's what makes us unique. We're perfectly imperfect. So taking a moment to just settle into your pigeon. Lowering if you'd like. And a few more breaths here. And as you're ready, if we're on our back, or lying, or supine variation of pigeon, uncross the legs and just make your way up to seated and make your way to downward facing dog to meet us. And then if we're in our one-legged pigeon, we'll walk our hands back, pause in our proud pigeon, make your way to our three-legged dog, finding some movement. And then wherever you are, if you'd like to go through a vinyasa, feel free. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. And on the exhale, tabletop. So one final back bend hip opening combo. It's pretty challenging. I usually kind of reserve this pose for my yin classes, but I think it's a great one to incorporate into vinyasa. And I also have a modification that we can do just in case. So we're going to come into saddle pose. So it's a great opening of the hips and the pelvis, focusing on those meridian lines to help with our Vata. And so if anything's going on with the ankles, the knees, the hips, the low back, we're going to take the modification that I'm going to show you. Otherwise, if everything feels groovy, have a big bolster, pillows, blocks, whatever you need. We're going to take our saddle supported, okay? If you don't want to take it supported, you can just come back and I'll show you the variation unsupported. But we're going to try to hold it for about 5 to 8 breaths. So big toes touching, knees go wide for saddle, and then hands come back, fingers pointing the same direction as our eyesight. So maybe this is our saddle, right? If we have anything going on with the neck, this might not be comfortable. Maybe we can lower onto the forearms. Maybe you have just a block. It's a great place to put a block along the spine under the heart. And maybe we take another block under our head. So this could be our one variation of a supported saddle. You can also use a bolster, zipper side down, long. Breathe here. So find, if you have it in your practice, to just go all the way on the earth. I don't have that at the moment, and that's okay. If this is not in your practice, you're like, no, this does not feel good, and we want to make sure that you feel good, you're safe, no pain. we have a variation of a lying butterfly with a block. So we already took our lying butterfly in the beginning, right? So this time we'll start with our knees bent, feet on the earth, lift the hips, and either the small side or the medium side. The high side might be too much, but I'd probably say the smallest side under the hips, and then just kind of letting the knees go wide. So we're feeling very similar opening in the pelvis here. Taking about 4, 5 more breaths in your saddle or supported lying butterfly. Very good. For 2. And 1. We're in our saddle pose. We'll carefully find the forearms on the earth and palms carefully walking up. We're in our lying butterfly. We'll lift the hips, removing the block, bring the knees together, meet and seated. If we're in, actually no, we'll meet and seated, and then if we're in saddle, we'll shift the feet off to the side, finding our seat, and then we'll just all make our way onto our back together, just so we can take our Apanasana. Rock side to side, rock in circles if that feels good. Give yourself a big hug because you deserve it. Stay here as long as you need. When you're ready, we'll make our way to seated. And then 2 choices. Option 1, dragonfly pose. Feet go wide. Option 2, butterfly. Close the feet together. Or bound angle. So you can take bound angle, feet as close to you, or you can come into more of a diamond shape. If you take diamond, you can even tuck the arms underneath. You can take bound angle with soles of feet together, peeling the feet open like a book. Or dragonfly. Wherever we are, let's take an inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding forward. If we're in dragonfly, we can let our forearms or palms rest on a block. Breathing here. For 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Carefully walk back up. We have diamond or butterfly bringing the knees together. We have dragonfly grabbing under the knees. And then coming into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So we're going to cross that left leg under, right arm over. And then if this doesn't feel good, keep that left leg extended and just cross that right leg over, toe healing that foot. So option 1 for half. Option 2, we bend that left knee, making sure the sitting bones are rooted down. You can use this strap or the arm bind. So we're going to send that left arm to the sky, bend the elbow. Option 1, right palm stays at left elbow. Option 2, we dangle the strap with that left hand, Reaching around with the right hand, walking fingers towards each other. Otherwise, hands can find the bind. Now breathe here. For 5. Let's take one more inhale. One more exhale. Carefully releasing. Making our way to the other side. So right leg can stay extended as we cross that left leg over. Perhaps. Or bending that right knee. Making sure the sitting bones are grounded. For me, one side feels so different than the other. One side, both sitting bones are not on the same plane. That's okay. So we'll send that right arm to the sky, bend the elbow. Left palm stays at the elbow. Dangle that strap, reaching, or finding the bind. And we'll breathe here. And for 5. 4. 3. 2. More inhale. And exhale. Across the legs. Now, your choice. If you'd like to go through one final vinyasa, now is the time. Gently shifting forward. Exhale. Otherwise, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale, open the mouth. Inhale, lift the heels. Step or float through to seated. Final little bit of core work. Grab a block with us if we'd like. Making our way all the way down. Coming into hip stand, supported hip stand, or legs up the wall. So if you'd like to just bring your sitting bones literally touching the wall and then letting the legs literally just go up the wall to reverse blood flow. Otherwise, we can just take hip stand in the middle of the room, just like me. I'm going to take a supported hip stand, taking a block either on the small or medium side. I'm going to use the smallest underneath of the hips. And just let the palms rest face up. If you want to take a inversion variation of dead or dying bug, different from the core work we did, we can do a dead bug here. Letting all the blood reverse out of our extremities. Right here for 5 more breaths. Wherever you are, let's take 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the feet or slowly press away from the wall, rolling to one side and then making your way back onto our mat. We're in the middle of the room, middle of the mat, just removing the block if we had it. Walk to the side, hugging our knees in, and then planting the feet knees bent, coming into a figure four twist. Crossing that right ankle over that left thigh, knee goes wide. And then not even doing anything, just let everything fall. My holster. Just let everything fall to the left. Left hand can grab that right ankle to hold it in place. Right arm extends. Trying to keep that right knee facing the ceiling, the sky, if you can, if that feels good. Let's take one more inhale. One more exhale. And carefully come back to center. Uncross the legs. Take the same thing. Left ankle crosses over right, knee goes wide. And then we just let everything fall to the right this time. Right hand grabs that left ankle. Try to keep that left knee to the sky. Turn our head, letting that left arm extend. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. And okay, come back to center. Uncross the legs, hug everything in. Give yourself one big, beautiful final hug because you're awesome. You're amazing. You're more than enough. You deserve it. Now, staying here in Apanasana, or if you'd like to take a happy baby, maybe straightening one leg at a time, finding movement or stillness. Any other final pose you need. Otherwise, extending the legs, extending the arms. And now, since we're working on Vata, if you'd like to take a blanket, cover yourself, or at least cover your pelvis. Support yourself. Take anything rolled up under the head or neck, anything under the palms, under the knees. Really nurture your body. Feel supported every way possible. As you close your eyes. Reconnecting to Mother Earth. This grounding energy. Eyes closed. Feeling fully supported. Feeling warm. Inviting in this stillness, this calm, grounded, stable energy. And I'll be playing Tibetan singing bowl for the root chakra, for this earth grounding energy. Just taking a big cleansing breath in. Exhaling through the mouth, letting everything go. Slowly beginning to bring your awareness back into the space, back into your body, breathing deeply. Now I invite you to pause this and stay in Shavasana another 5, 10, 15 minutes, especially for Vata balancing, finding extra long stillness, extra long support, extra long warmth. If you're ready to leave the practice now, taking those deep breaths, finding gentle movements, wiggling fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. If you'd like one final full body stretch, inhaling arms up overhead, big breath in, big breath out. Bending your knees, rolling onto your right side, finding a fetal position, letting your arms cradle your head, pausing, honoring Mother Earth, honoring this support underneath of you, honoring yourself and this journey. Staying here as long as you'd like, or pressing up to seated, having any support item underneath of you if you'd like, coming into a cross-legged seated position. Anyone that's calling to you, bringing our palms together this time, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs connect at our heart center, eyes closed, bowing to our heart, honoring the love and light that shines from within us. Taking a big cleansing breath in, open the mouth, let it go. Closing our practice together with one vibration of Om, inhaling to prepare. Inhaling our knuckles of our thumbs to our third eye center. Space of our divinely guided intuition. The light within me honors and acknowledges the love, light that shines from each and every one of you. Bowing together as we honor each other. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. I hope you feel more grounded. I hope you feel like the air energy has been balanced. I wish you all the blessings in the world. I wish you happiness, health, and a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much. Until we meet again on the mat.